Hey guys, welcome to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be talking about products that I don't recommend purchasing during the Sephora savings event. Like, these are products, even with a discount, I don't recommend them, like, at all. And I've got to admit, I felt like pulling products for this video was a little bit more difficult than normal because I feel like the brands at Sephora, they're doing a good job. Even if there's products that I don't like I can see them working for other people kind of situation. That being said, I still managed to pull a good amount of products, but I don't have as much like visceral hate for some of these products. Some of them I kind of do. But anyways, we're gonna get started with kind of the newer individual products, right? So these products are since the last Sephora sale that I've tried that are awful. And then we're gonna finish it off with a nice bow on some of the gift sets that I have an opinion on and want to talk about. But first, let's try to get beautiful with some bad products because I do feel like I can make products work, okay? So first we're going to start off with a sunscreen, an SPF, that I don't think I've really talked about, but I've had some bad luck with this. So I love Kiehl's, but I do have a bone to pick with this Super Fluid Daily UV Defense. And for a little bit there, I thought I really liked this SPF because it's so lightweight and it does soak into the skin nicely and it's super hydrating. So like right now at this point of application, I'm thinking that this SPF is the bee's knees. Now the problem is how this wears and how it never truly soaks into the skin. So it doesn't leave a cast behind or anything, which is wonderful. However, this layer of like oil on top of my skin is going to stay throughout the day. And the reason why this is not ideal is because you guys know I have hair, it's everywhere. Frizzy, it's wavy, it's textured. My hair be sticking to my face, like just on my forehead. There's no way really to prevent it unless my hair is literally like pulled back. And then also my face looks very oily within a short amount of time. Like right now, the level of oil, you know what? She looks glowy, she looks fresh. Not in a couple hours. It won't look so fresh anymore. It will look heavy, it will look super oily, and again, literally my hair sticks to my face when I wear that SPF. So that, I've been going through it with that because I thought I liked it because it does feel so amazing upon application, but it's not tolerable throughout the day. Okay, this next set of products here, very viral products, and I've just decided they are too dang expensive for what they are. The marketing on these is genius, but these dang Drunk Elephant Sunshine Drops and then the Be Goldie Drops that are so popular, I'm not saying they're not good quality, but I'm saying they're really expensive and they make you do more work to apply it. Like you have to mix these with a cream, and amazing marketing because you want to buy it with their actual product so you can get this out and then you can take this. It's kind of fun. It feels like you're DIYing your skincare. It's a trick to make you spend more money. And like I said, the product itself, like, it's not bad. It's actually fine. The gold one gives you more of like a highlighty, glowy look. The bronzy ones is supposed to make you look bronzer. It's really good for people that self-tan. But why are we paying so much to have to do more work? And not only that, like, there's a lot of other products out there that have a similar effect on the face that is just simply one step and also much more affordable. So yeah, even on sale, I just don't think that these products are worth the money. Not because they're bad, but just because they're unnecessary and they're not even like anything to write home about formula-wise. Like, yeah, I have a pretty glow on my face, but I can get that with my Say primer or my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. So yeah, I'm just a little gimmicky. Good quality, but a little gimmicky. Not worth it, in my opinion. Okay, so this next one is a primer that I had a terrible time with, and it's not targeted towards me, but you can't apply makeup over this. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Instant Firm X, and while I am not the targeted audience for this, I'm warning you that if you are, everything's going to pill on top. It's just gonna mess up your makeup. You're gonna look worse than you did before. I mean, if you've seen the results in their ads and stuff where the skin literally tightens up, I mean, I can't confirm or deny. It's pretty incredible to watch though. So maybe if you put this on by itself, it's more worth it, but it's just quite expensive and you can't even put makeup over top. So I'm just throwing that in there because this has launched since the last Sephora savings event, and I'm personally not a fan. Okay, next up is a primer that I tried many times with. This is from Lawless. It's their Set the Stage Hydrating and Soothing Primer Serum. And again, it's just another one of those products where when you first apply it, it feels fantastic, you guys. It really does. It feels hydrating. It soaks into the skin really lovely. And at this point, you guys, I did also apply a moisturizer prior to filming. My skin is super duper hydrated right now. Like, this feels amazing. If I had super dry skin right now, was having like a dry skin attack, we would be juicy and plumped. However, what I don't like about this is it is so picky with what foundations you put on top. And I know people are like, water in water, don't put silicone and water-based together. Like, yes, that is a real thing, but really good products are not as affected by that. This one is, like, right away. So what's the point, you know, if you can't put makeup over top? Next up, this is one that I changed my mind about, and I can't scream it loud enough because my review was inaccurate. This is the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrop Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. In my initial review, like, I really liked this, and it still, to this day, is one of the most malleable foundation sticks, and I think that's what kind of messed up my opinion here, is because I thought it was so malleable that it was amazing. But I actually ended up doing a few trials of this foundation and comparing it to other foundations on the other side of my skin, and I found that this side, it just never looked smooth. It always looked like it was sitting on top of my skin. I'm starting to get a little bit of peeling out here. I don't know if you can see, but that would be the primer. But anyways, I felt like every foundation that I put on the other side looked smoother. It looked more one with the skin. This one, you could always kind of tell the foundation was sitting on top, and it just wasn't something that I noticed as much when I applied it all over my face. And again, I'm like completely blinded by the fact how easily that this blends in, and it's so simple to use. And then I put it next to any other foundation and I realized this does not look like a second skin. I mean, it does, but like a second skin on top of my normal skin, and you can tell it's there. So yeah, not a fan of this foundation stick. There's others that I recommend more. Tom Ford, which is a lot more expensive, to be fair, but it's much more amazing. But we do have a little bit of pilling happening, but I can guarantee you it is not going to agree with this next foundation, which is very, very new, so I definitely wanted to add this. This is the Bare Minerals Original Pure Serum Radiant Natural Liquid Foundation. Horrible, okay? It's really lightweight and watery. However, my skin looks so dry and parched with this. No matter how much I hydrate the skin, it's almost too thin to the point where it soaks into any cracks on the face. It looks terrible. And then look, it's really picky with what bases I use. So the fact that I have literally a picky base and then a picky foundation, I'm not surprised that this is happening. It's literally just peeling up everything that I have underneath. And this is particularly bad behavior because I'm using two badly behaved products, but this is not the first time something like this has happened with this Bare Minerals foundation. And even when I don't put anything underneath, you guys, it's not even about the pilling. It's also just how it sits on the skin. It doesn't look nice. I'm going to use my sponge to try and press and tap, so that way there's less pilling happening, because if you use swiping motions, it's just going to get worse. Not that you should make a foundation like this work. Like, you should take this off of your skin. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna keep it moving. But case in point, this is really, really bad. Okay, let's talk a little bit about setting powder, which I am a very picky girl with. I have my standards set very high. Unfortunately, the Say Beauty Air Set Radiant Loose Translucent Setting Powder doesn't meet the criteria for me. It's not even worth it on a discount, hence the whole point of this video. So I'm just going to show you. We're going to keep it minimal today. So what I don't like about this is it does have like an awkward shimmer to it, which I feel like emphasizes not pretties on our face, you know, a little bit of cracks, fine lines, dryness. But I also feel like when I put a concealer down, it darkens the under eye. And then instantly, you know, I go through the effort to make sure that the colors that I use, what's on the under eyes, is going to be brightening. I just feel like it makes the whole face look monotoned, which is not what I want. I do not like a powder that turns down the brightness that I intentionally add. So not only is this an oddly shimmery powder that isn't very flattering on the skin, but it also completely darkens the under eyes. So not a fan of this. It's not an angry feeling about this powder, but I don't like it. And then also for the Makeup Forever, what is it called? HD Skin Twist and Light. It just screams gimmicky to me. I mean, there's no other way around describing it. So there's just this big gaping hole, 3 different colors. To get the powder out, you have to like do this thing, which honestly, it doesn't really work. And then they do describe this as like a setting powder, correcting powder. It is a highlight. I don't know how else to describe it, but I put this on my under eyes and it was shimmering. I put it right here and you can just see how it has such a strong white cast to it. It's simply not flattering. I am gonna pop it a little bit under for some extra brightness, but yeah, this ain't setting nobody's face. Like, why is it so white and so shimmery? And it's not even like, it's like it's a flattish, kind of whitish shade. Way too much pigment for this. This is just terrible. So unflattering, so unnecessary. Next is a formula that is quite popular, so, you know, take my review with a grain of salt. But I felt like I would not be doing my civic duty to tell you that I really find these NARS Afterglow liquid blushes to be huge wastes of money. The Orgasm shade in particular just soaks right into my skin, and I'm not like, I don't have color to me. You know, it should show up on me. I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt today, even though I know I don't like it. But I'm going to use the shade Brazen. Right here, it's the brightest shade. We can get this one to work. But I just feel like as I blend these out, they disappear. You saw how bright that was and how it's already so dimmed down. If you have any color on your skin, I just don't see this giving anything. This is one of the brighter shades in the lime, and it's so very easily working its way to sheerness. Now, honestly, like this color, it's nice color. It gives a pretty dew to the cheeks, but the way that it shears out, I think is unacceptable. Like this shade was so bright. It's one of the brighter colors that they offer, and it truly just disappears. And give it some time, give it a few hours, it'll be completely gone. So if you start off with a lighter color, like the classic Orgasm, gone in seconds. It's the strangest thing for NARS because they create great products, but this one I could not get behind. It just disappears. There's a lack of pigment. Some people love this. They even have a holiday set trio of these. I don't recommend that holiday set personally. There's so much better liquid blushes that you can get on the market that can fit so many needs, so many skin tones. I wouldn't put the money towards NARS. I'd put it towards other brands. Next up, from Laura Mercier. This is actually a holiday set. I know I was going to talk about them later, but since we're in the cream blush category, they did send this to me in PR. But I also am just giving my little 2 cents about the Tinted Moisturizer Blush. Surprisingly, I actually really like the bronzer, but the blush looks really patchy on me. No matter how I apply it, no matter what products I put underneath, this is a product that is completely patchy. So I wouldn't go towards this set, personally. Not a great formula for me. And then lastly, these little guys are quite expensive But this brand, Mako People, I've been talking about them recently because they've just been relevant for like my speed reviews and new makeup that I've been testing. But this is a newer brand to Sephora, and these are not worth the money, not even at a discount. So many brands have mastered their cream, bronzer, blush, and highlight formula. And I'm going to take the highlighter out of this video, actually, because I kind of do like the highlighter. That's a little bit more worth it. But the bronzer and blush, let's talk about it. Starting off with the bronzer. First of all, this thing is so stiff. I cannot put it on my brush and then blend it out because I'll get no color transfer. The only way to apply this is to go directly on the cheek. And when I tell you it drags on the face, now the blend on this, it's not terrible, but it does take a little bit of manpower here. It's just not worth it. Like, what is this? It's very upsetting that I can't just go like this and apply it because what I get is hardly any color transfer the way that you have to keep going into the product. It's just easier to go like this, but then you have to like spend the time to blend it. And if you have a base that's acting funny, like obviously I have today, I have to be very careful to really truly only use patting motions instead of swiping motions. It's not a bad product, and that's what I do need to stress, but it also does not compare to so many other products that you can get at the same price point at the exact same store and the exact same website. So shift your attention towards like nude sticks or Rare Beauty. And then the same thing with the blush. Again, you have to go right to the cheek, and you can see how it's pulling my face. It just has too much drag. Now this has good lasting power, I'm not gonna lie, and it's not, again, a bad product. But in this day and age, there are so many options for cream blushes. Why not just get something that's better than this, you know? To be honest, that wasn't that bad. And it much improved that NARS blush that had completely disappeared. I don't know if you noticed that, but I put this on top because I completely forgot I had blush on my cheek from the NARS. So at least we'll have some color here now. This one is a joke. And I don't think anybody's fallen for this recently, but the Milk Makeup Push Brow Shadow Stick. What on earth is this shape? What on earth is this shape? I mean, really, there is no way to get any sort of precision with the brow. I actually have to like brush my brows straight, go like that to get a little bit of a fill, and then I try to use the top corner here to give us a little bit of direction here. And it's too fat. And then it also kind of just blends away a little too easily. I mean, everything about this just doesn't make sense. It's almost like chalky feeling as well. And then it's too powdery, it's too dry. You get no precision here. It gets clumpy in the brows. I mean, truly one of the worst brow pencils I've ever used. And Milk does have a lot of great things that I love, but I think they just tried to do something different here. It didn't work out. Then, okay, I have another one from Lawless. I feel bad because Lawless does have a lot of products that I like, but this Hold Up Soft Set Creamy Brow Wax is just a weight for the eyebrows. You know, like I like a little bit of hold, a little bit of lift with my brow pencil, or with my brow gels, excuse me, not brow pencils. And this just sits on the eyebrows, and then over time you'll see them literally go, just weighs them down. It's an extra layer of product that makes my brows look quite sad. So we're just gonna start this off here. This is tinted. I meant to grab the clear one, but I'm being more careful since this is tinted. But yeah, I've tried with the clear one to like set my eyebrows straight up to the sky to see what happened, and just boop. So yeah, we don't like this one. Okay, so you might have seen in the thumbnail, we have these guys, right? These are expensive, but anyways, I think honestly these are worth it at a discount. I wouldn't purchase these full price, but definitely at a discount, but not at the Sephora sale. okay? Because Pat McGrath always has like 30, sometimes even 35% off her website. There is almost always a sale going on. 20% off just isn't enough. You gotta wait to get a bigger sale at Pat McGrath. And I don't want to take away from the fact that I truly do love Pat McGrath's products. However, don't buy them full priced. Just don't. Not even at the 20%, 15%, especially if you're only getting 10% or 15% off. Do not buy Pat McGrath from Sephora ever. Only purchase it from her website because she typically has much bigger discounts. Now, that being said, if you don't think you're ever actually going to place a Pat McGrath order because you literally only want one specific item pretty much ever from the brand, that is when it would be worth it to purchase from Sephora, since you're not going to ever place a Pat McGrath order. But I'm telling you, don't waste your money. You can get a much higher discount on the Pat McGrath website, and that goes for a lot of different brands, especially if you aren't Rouge and are not getting that 20% off. A lot of these brands do have bigger discounts on their website. So just be a little bit more thoughtful about that. I think a lot of the luxury brands like Givenchy, Tom Ford, those don't go on sale, but Tom Ford does go to the cosmetic company store. However, those are pretty much older items. But anyways, just be a little bit more thoughtful. Think about what goes on sale. Pat McGrath is just one of those brands that always has a sale that is over what even Sephora Rouge will offer you. This is a new item. It's just not worth the money. I cannot believe that these House Labs eyeshadow palettes are $50 each for how many shadows? 6 eyeshadows. Like, House Labs has such great products, but House Labs is not a luxury brand. They just aren't. You know, they're a good mid-range Sephora brand. So let me apply this real quick. I'm going to use the Super Neutrals Volume 2 because I like this color story. Now listen to me and listen to me very carefully. If you see these palettes in store and you touch them and you swatch them, you're going to be wowed. These swatch so buttery and so silky and velvety and pigmented. Oh my gosh, you are going to be fooled, just like I was. I swatched them and I put them in my basket. I didn't even look at the price. I was shocked that they were as much as they were, $50. Okay, but they did feel super buttery and stuff, so I was like justifying it a little bit. We're gonna go into this mauve shade next. The problem is the application, the looks of it from here to the eyelid. So these mattes, like, they're fine, but truly, do you see how deep this looks in pan? I'm on layer number 3. Where's the pigment? It's very easy to use, so if you're like more on the fair side and you're not very good at blending and you're maybe heavy-handed, you might like this formula. But again, this should not look like this after 3 layers. Okay, let's see what this dark shade looks like. So no, the mattes, they lack a lot of pigment here. Okay, and then this green silver shade right here, I was so excited for. And don't get me wrong, the reflex in this shade, they are very pretty. This must be applied with a finger or you're gonna get nothing with a brush. But I just feel like it lacks vividness. This shimmer is okay, but again, this one also, it just doesn't look as how pigmented as it swatches. It really is a letdown. I layered these 3 mattes and put this all over the lid, and it looks so subtle, and that's just how it is with these palettes. They are not worth the money. You can get much better quality eyeshadows out there. Next up, we have a new product from Patrick Ta that I think is overpriced and just not nice. So these are the Make It Major multi-dimensional eye toppers. I picked up both of these and I was so excited. I didn't realize how flaky and chunky these were gonna be. So for video's sake, I'm gonna put some of It's Giving Luxury on my eyelid, but Can you see that? Why do I even want these chrome? They're like chunks of glitter on my eyelid. Is it even worth it, you know? It's gonna fall over my face. I should have put a glitter glue down, but I'm trying to be real subtle with it, and I'm putting it on my hand, and then I'm kind of like mixing it around to try and break up the glitters a little bit. Don't get me wrong, there's like a time and a place for a glimmer like this, but this is entirely too overpriced for what it is. Wouldn't catch me spending my money on this again. If it comes out with more colors, I'm not buying them. And to be honest, I love his blushes. Like, I almost put his new blush palette in this video, but I did say it was worth it on a discount. But I didn't really love the colors in that palette, and I felt like the blushes just weren't great. Anyways, I have glitter all over my face now, but I did that to myself. And then I also have this glitter product from Valentino Beauty. I bought this the last Sephora sale. I saw this in store and I had to have it. These are the Dream Dust Multi-Reflective Eye Glitters. I have mine in the shade number 3. So what I was thinking was that this was going to be a luxury formula that looked like this. And, you know, I thought it was going to be really fine and really reflective. Baby, it is just craft glitter. Tell me you can't get that at a craft store. I'm not even going to put this on my eyelid, even though it does kind of go with my look. And can you see, by the way, the House Labs color here is just soaking into my skin. There is no color left. Oy vey. Oy vey. And then this mascara. I love LYS Beauty, and there's a lot that I recommend. Like, they have a new blush trio that's so amazing. A must-have from the sale. It's so affordable, $20 for 3 different shades prior to the discount. But this Lash Confidential mascara, first of all, I have really tiny lashes. This one is so fat. I can't even get this to touch my eyelashes. Like, it can't reach them. It makes my lashes look so clumpy, and then to finish it off, the mascara doesn't ever dry down, so I get all types of transfer all over my face. So clumpy, can't even really reach over my lashes. It doesn't dry down, so the transfer is wild here. I'm not even going to attempt to try to get this to touch my lower lashes because it always ends up being a disaster. And the mascara formula, it's so clumpy, it's so wet. Notice how I didn't curl my lashes because it doesn't matter. It's so heavy. My lashes are naturally straight, so it takes a really good mascara to hold a curl, but this one has no hold whatsoever. It just drags the eyelashes down, even kind of below where they start off at, because the formula is heavy. Like, do you see how sad my eyelashes look with this mascara? Okay, let me attempt something here. I tried to get a little on my lower lashes. I just can't reach this back corner here. And then as I tried to build up the thickness of this, it got a little clumpy, so I retreated immediately. I was just trying to demo it for you. I like the brand, so I'm gonna stop talking. But I wouldn't go for this. Okay, the last product is lips, and at this point in the market, lip products are so popular, it's hard to mess up a lip product. You know, the drugstore can do a good job with lip products, but I don't think that these are worth it, okay? I tried really hard to like these Glossier G Suit liquid lipsticks. It's just too 2016 of a formula. I find them to emphasize the fine lines of my lips, and the first application is fine, but it's the reapplication that is the issue. It feels really drying, it starts to get crackly. I like some of Glossier lip products. This is not on the list, which is a shame because these have really great pigment power. And like I said, the first application is so fine, but I'm just more so thinking like value-wise, right? Not that these are extremely expensive for Sephora. I mean, Sephora has some very, very expensive lip products, like think Dior, you know what I mean? This formula is still not even worth it on a discount, especially with what you can get at the drugstore. but I do like the colors that they have. Were you staring at this the whole time? Because I was. Also, I don't know if you guys can notice, but I think this is because of the sunscreen. I'm already starting to look really, like, oily. Really heavy and oily it's looking. So that was it in terms of individual makeup products, but let's talk about gift sets and my opinion on gift sets. There's so many great videos and channels who will go through each of the gift sets at Sephora and give you the true value number, comparing it to if you were to buy the product full price versus what you're getting price per gram, price per ounce in the holiday sets. If that kind of thing is your jam, definitely look for those online. There's a lot. I don't pay attention so much to that because I feel like gift sets are a great way. Like if you want to try numerous formulas in a gift set without having to pay a hefty price all at once to try all of those formulas, you just pop down a smaller number, you get to try them, and then whatever you like, you can buy the full size of. Or if, you know, for example, if you do like this formula, it's better to get the set because then even if the price per ounce value isn't as great, you still get 3 colors. And that's more fun than just having 1 color. You know what I mean? So I'm a gift set person. However, I want to talk about these skincare gift sets, and I feel really bad because I'm not coming just for Drunk Elephant. This is just a general thought overall, because I do think Drunk Elephant does have nice products. However, they came out with this $450 trunk set that they come out with every year, so it must be selling good, especially for the die-hard fans. And you know, it's filled with a bunch of full-size products. Here's my thing. That set is like $460. With skincare, I am a minimalist when it comes to my skincare routine. I can't be using too many products at once. And I keep my routine pretty simple, right? Face wash, moisturizer most days, and then, you know, obviously SPF as well. And then, you know, I'll throw in some toners, I'll throw in some masks, but I'm very cautious of applying too much on my skin. So I also feel like when you get sets like that, you're getting multiple products from the line, and you need to ask yourself, are those even suited towards your skin type? Because everybody's skin is different. Their range contains products that are made for different skin types. So getting these vault items, I just don't think you're going to get your money's worth out of, because all of those products aren't truly made for you or for your skin type. Now, I am going to talk about this Drunk Elephant set because I think the backpack that it comes in is very, very ugly and it makes me look like a turtle. Not for me. They've come out with cooler trunks in the past, but this year's, I'm not vibing with the bag that they chose. Now, the way that I could justify this, maybe, is if you pick out what you want for yourself, what you're going to use, and then the rest you gift, right? Maybe make some cool skincare sets. That's an option. It's just a lot of money for a lot of skincare that I don't know is directly necessary for you to have, because it might not be your perfect skincare set for you. You know what I mean? So like the way that I would go instead would be, I still think skincare sets are great because it's a great way to test skincare without purchasing the full item, since everybody's skin is so different. But maybe try and buy a smaller set that's more geared towards your skin type kind of thing. I mean, Drunk Elephant isn't the only brand that does this. Sunday Riley has the Ultimate Vault Collection for $450. I would not buy that one either. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. They say it's a $641 value, but like if you don't love every skincare item in that, then the value instantly drops for you. So skincare sets that are like Vault collections, hard pass on those, personally. Also, luxury brands, sometimes I feel like their gift sets, it's difficult. Sometimes they get like value-wise with what you're getting. They kind of suck because I feel like they give a lot of samples for like an expensive price, and they'll throw in a bag that's like kind of nice but only costed them probably $1 to make. It's just not a good value. Like Dior, for example, I was looking at theirs and they are so tempting. Okay, I get it. You get the pretty bag, it comes in a pretty box. I've fallen victim many times, but I'm trying to be a realist here. For $85, you're getting a lip glow, which is nice, a lip gloss, which is nice, and then 2 super tiny things, and then they're going to put the money in the makeup bag that again is cheap. It's not actual like Dior luxury bag quality for $85. I mean, this one is not the worst value, this beauty ritual set, but I'm trying to give you examples here. Or like this Dior Show mascara set. It comes in a pretty box. It has that same bag, a full-size mascara, and then 2 mini mascaras. Do you really want to pay $60 for that? So that's just food for thought when it comes to the luxury kits, because I also get sucked into those. But a lot of times I notice it's just a lot of samples and pretty packaging, and the value is not there. And then also big things like I'm putting this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Dreams Come True set. This is $390. And individually, when I look at this, I like all of the items in here. So I could say like this is a good set to pick up if you've tried nothing from the brand, right? But why would you want to sink $390 into a brand that you've never tried before? So like for this to make sense and to be a good value, you have to have not tried Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk items before. Who's to say that the Pillow Talk collection, the Pillow Talk color, is going to look good on you? So even though I do like this set and I do love the items in it, I just can't see a scenario really where this makes too much sense. It's a lot of money, so just be wary of these very pricey, big vault sets. I get excited for them as well, but are they really the smartest purchase for us to make? And you can tell I'm like tiptoeing around the words very carefully because like I like these sets. I get excited for vault sets, but also in this economy, it doesn't make sense, okay? And I'm all for the cheap little holiday sets where maybe they're still all samples. I just think that that's a great way to test out products, to get multiple colors. As somebody with a large collection, I don't need the full size. I'm not as worried about the price per gram value here. But yeah, when it gets towards the more expensive sets, you really gotta question if they're worth it or not. So anyways, there we have it. Those are the products I do not recommend to pick up during the Sephora savings event. On the contrary, from a lot of these brands, I actually have them featured in my recommendations video. I've done 2 for the sale. One using older items and then one just my basic normal recommendation. So I'll have those linked down below if you're looking to spend a little bit of money. But if you were looking to save, hopefully this video helped you save some. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.